You know a lot about golf.
Well, we're waiting.
Hey, it is time for us, we being those weekend golf guys. I am John Ashton, and I'm in the studio. He is Jeff Smith. He's at the Golf Cave Timbergate Golf Course in Edinburgh, Indiana. And in his car, on the way to Stream Song, is Mr. Brendan Sweeney. Brendan, how you doing, buddy?
First time, long time, I guess, right? Or long time, first time, we should say. Happy 2021. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to all your veterans out there that have served and to all their families out there.
Amen to that, brother.
We couldn't truly have a good time without doing it without those weekend golf guys. John and Jeff, here we go. Good to hear your voices.
And Brendan is the Director of Player Development up at the French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. And he's got a tough gig, man. He travels the country looking for golfers. And he's going to Stream Song, I guess, to find a couple golfers. I understand they have some there.
It's a great way to market. It's always good to find a fish where the pond is.
Yeah.
And, we tend to actually go, from French Lick. It's always good for us to see, how the other guys make the sausage,
Right.
So Stream Song is a Kemper property owned by the Mosaic Group. Cora Crenshaw, Gil Hans, Tom Doak. I mean, three great architects out there, and it's good to see them out there. And I got a couple guys I got to see, and hopefully they're bringing some groups up to French Lick. But I reside in Florida, so it's an hour and a half drive from Orlando, and the weather is going to be a little steamy tomorrow. High of 96. That old skin cancer and a hard liver is a tough way to go through life, but I can do it. I know it. I got to dig down deep, man. I feel it.
It's a tough gig, but somebody's got to do it, man. Hey, Jeff, when you played Stream Song, didn't Michael Jordan land his helicopter there or something while you were playing?
Did. It was impressive. The day I got there, Brendan, it was unbelievable. When we were standing on the driving range, here comes a helicopter landing on the makeshift helipad at a space near the driving range. And all of a sudden, here comes this guy getting out. He's tall. I'm looking at him like, that's Michael Jordan climbing out of a helicopter. Like, yep. So they got to tee off, and we had to go, sit back about 3-4 holes. They said, you guys got to hang on for a little while. Because apparently when Michael plays golf, nobody plays right behind him, and nobody plays right in front of him.
When I was growing up, I was caddying at Medina, and I'd be the range guy picking up the range balls. These members would be out there trying to knock you off with hooded 7-irons from 100 yards away. I wonder if you could do that with a helicopter. What would happen there?
Got some more stories, lots of them, lots of conversations with Brendan, who's a great guy to talk to, and we're coming right back. Hang out with us. We are Those Weekend Golf Guys. My neighbor Ralph was home alone because his wife went out of town to visit friends for a week. He came over to the house for dinner. I was grilling out the last shipment of Omaha steaks I got. And I had cooked them with the seasoning that Omaha Steaks gives. I mean, absolutely delicious stuff. And he has one bite and goes, oh, this is like the best steak I've ever had in my life. Well, the problem is now, every time I fire up the grill, Ralph's picking his head up over the fence. Going, what you cooking? I said, Ralph, omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys. Order your own get out and grill assortment, okay? Then you can invite me over. Whether you get it for your father for Father's Day or whether you get it for a friend, you get it for yourself. It is the best steak of your life, guaranteed. You visit omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys, and order your own get out and grill assortment and do it today. I'm just now, every time I grill out, I'm just hoping the wind is blowing away from Ralph's house. Don't forget, for a limited time, you can get 4 free New York strip burgers with your order. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys.
Kicking back with a good cigar, it's a reward. It's a tradition. And if you've been going to a gas station or convenience store, it's expensive. It's time to try FamousSmoke.com. Famous delivers your favorite cigars right to your doorstep at America's lowest prices. You know what you buy at a gas station? Gas. Beef jerky, lottery tickets, not cigars. That gas station doesn't watch their humidor like we watch ours. Filled to the rafters with over 1,000 brands like Romeo, Drew Estate, Rocky Patel, Fuente, Macanudo, and more. Millions of cigars in stock, shipped fast, and guaranteed to arrive at your door fresh and ready to smoke. No gas station guarantees that, but we can, because cigars have been our family business for over 80 years. Here's our best deal yet. Go to FamousSmoke.com and use promo code $10 at checkout. That's $10. We'll take $10 off your $50 order. If you want real cigars, trust a real cigar shop. Famous Smoke Shop, and save $10 now with promo code $10. Only at Famous Smoke FamousSmoke.com.
It's us, Those Weekend Golf Guys. John Ashton in studio, Jeff Smith, Golf Cave, Timbergate in Edinburgh, Indiana, and somewhere between Orlando, Florida, and Streamsong Golf Course is Brendan Sweeney from French Lick Resort. And when you coming home to Indiana, man?
I'll be up there 3/6 of a lamb tail. We'll be up there the first week of June. We'll be there the last, from June 25th through July 10th. In between that, we have the Symetra Tour, Donald Ross Classic being played at the Donald Ross course. If you don't know the Symetra Tour, you're missing it. It's a great thing. It's these up and coming ladies that are on the road to the LPGA, and then that brings us into July. Have some outings in July, and then come August, we have the final edition of the Senior LPGA Championship presented by Old National Bank at the Bedai Golf Course. And we're going to twist that up a little bit this year with a new delivery system that really hasn't been done yet. Working with a media company, Lowell Thaler Media Productions out of North Palm Beach, Florida, and we're going to be doing streaming highlights via social media. We were doing it via the Golf Channel. Golf Channel, they left Orlando. They're up in Connecticut now.
Yeah.
And they now, it got just really too cost prohibitive. I mean, we were spending big bucks on that thing. And with all the social media outlets out there, we could blast out, media hits and get just as many hits, if not more, for a fraction of the cost and have a captive audience doing it. So,
yeah, definitely.
Looking forward to doing that. It'd be neat.
It's going to be a lot of fun. And the Symetra Tour, those girls are phenomenal, man.
Oh God, they're wonderful. Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to feel, Jeff, you could attest to this with teaching the ladies that you teach. You look at the guys. You look at Phil Mickelson last week. PGA Championship, Bryson DeChambeau, anybody, and they're swinging out of their shoes. And I know when I started going over the top, started swinging out of my shoes, I just started thinking of the ladies that we've watched on the Symetra Tour and the ladies in Senior LPGA. And just swinging easy. And you know what? With technology today, you put it out there 230, 240, 250, you're doing fine. And it's straight. It's down in the middle. And I find myself getting in trouble when I start to overswing. And next thing you know, it's like, where's my ball? So it goes far, it goes fast, and it goes somewhere when I'm not swinging easy. So I just try to think about that.
Yeah. Keep it.
Don, I know that you picked up on what Brendan just said. But he said that the ladies are out there hitting it 230, 240, 250, and they're just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I saw the look on your face, and I'm not sure if it was wincing or just flat out jealousy. I can't figure it out. What is it?
Flat out jealousy
that you were doing there?
Flat out jealousy.
Flat out jealousy.
Yeah,
okay, I wasn't sure.
In a nutshell, man.
Yeah. At John's age, he winces for other things.
Yes, jealousy and the knees, man. The knees hurt when I move. What can I say? Hey,
my back.
We were we got invited up to the grand opening of American Dunes, the club that Lieutenant Colonel Dan Rooney for Folds of Honor opened up in Grand Haven, Michigan. And
Doug Bell's place up there. He's a great guy.
Oh yeah, and we were playing behind Nancy Lopez. And
her husband Ed is a dear friend.
Yeah, they were both in the group, man. We kind of waved and said, "See you in French Lick." It was like, someone.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Back in 2017, we had our Donald Ross Centennial, and I don't know if you remember, but we had the Symetra Tour going off simultaneously with the Senior LPGA Championship. And Nancy was the honorary starter.
Yeah.
So I had an old Persimmon. We had old Persimmon drivers out there, and I got a couple of really cool pictures of her just blistering these, the hickories straight down the first hole at the Donald Ross course. What a cool lady! What a cool story! What a great ambassador for golf she is.
Oh, she's wonderful, and man, she has a great swing still. That woman can play. I don't want to play her for money ever.
And a couple new knees, I do believe.
Yeah. Well, maybe if I get my new ones, then maybe we can play for money. Who knows? There
you go.
Play for somebody else's money, John. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah. Also want to tell you,
it takes away all the stress. You know that?
We had a conversation with a really funny comedian named Jeff Allen. He's from Nashville. and he's an avid golfer. He loves the game. If he's not out on stage, he's at a golf course somewhere. In fact, the day we talked to him, it was 33 degrees in Nashville, and he had just finished playing 18 holes. But we were talking about playing in places we had played, and I said, have you ever played Pete Dye up at French Lick? And he went, oh, my God, no, but my manager has. And he told me it was one of the top 5 courses he had ever played in his life. And I said, well,
actually, his manager works with Buffett, Jimmy Buffett as well.
Yeah.
I know those guys. Yeah, they're great, man. They're absolutely fabulous. Hey, if that opportunity ever arises, bring them on up. We'll take care of you guys.
We may. I told him we know people. So as soon as now that the season has arrived, because he was saying, he wanted to wait until the conditions were more conducive to a good game. He didn't want to play Pete Dye in 33 degree weather. So
we have 45 holes of fun and 800 doors to sleep in every night. The COVID's over. We're full throttle. We're rip roaring. The rip roaring 20s are back, baby. We're looking forward to having some fun in the valley, getting people back on their feet, and definitely enjoying some time outdoors and time with some friends and family that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's got to get back to it because that's the thing. I mean, Jeff, you're real close to French Lick, and I'm, Louisville is an hour and a half max from French Lick, and it's like going back in time, amenity wise. It's a resort that people just don't do anymore, man. I mean, it's fantastic with the golf and the spas and the pools and the food. I mean, gee.
Well,
Every
the
time
casino,
I go there, it blows my mind.
Yeah. And the casino, we forgot.
I'm not much of a gambler, but I love going in the casino. I watch it. I love it.
Well, even better now with all the gaming stuff, we have a sports book. So if you guys want to bet some baseball, you want to bet some golf, you can bet some football coming up. That's the great thing about the crowds in the. We built a new hotel, the Valley Tower, which is geared towards gamers. It's attached to the casino, and there's the Valley Bar down there, and you're part of the casino. You walk in, they have a great restaurant there. You could go, there's a parlay ticket kiosk right there. You can place your bets while you're watching a game right next to you. And the prices are great, and the amenities are fabulous, and the staff is eager to serve and just love it. So that's another twist to it. So yeah, that's French Lick in a nutshell. Back in the day, it was Vegas before Vegas. There was 13 casinos in the town at one point, and it was a gem before hidden gems were gems. Now we're a destination. So.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place, wonderful place, great people, and it's just so much fun to be there. We do, and it's very hospitable. You guys know how to make people feel at home. It's great the way you do.
Well, that's a direct reflection of the dedication it took. Back in 1996 when the Cook Group came down from Bloomington, Indiana, Bill Cook and Steve Ferguson, and dedicated $600 million to renovating Southern Indiana. And this is all part of bringing back Orange County, Indiana, and all the surrounding people around it. Patoka Lake is right there. We're 5 miles from the second largest body of water in the state of Indiana. And we've got a lot of bass fishing, a lot of sports fishing, a lot of boating going on. And then, the whole area with the restaurants and the crowds getting down there now is great. And then right down the road in Jasper, we have Sultan's Run, which is a Tim Liddy golf course. And,
I love that.
Run is halfway between us and you guys.
Yep.
So, yeah, there's Southern Indiana's got some great golf. Victoria Nationals in Evansville. Fuzzy's Place is right across the river from you guys.
Yep.
Floyd's Knob.
Yep.
So if you fly into Louisville and drive over, you can fill up your week with golf at different places and great experiences had by all.
Definitely can. And again, you guys are doing some professional women's golf coming up in another month or so. And when we come right back, I'd like to talk about the specifics, the dates and tickets and, opportunities to stay and play and all that kind of good stuff. When we come right back, because we are going to have to take a quick break. We are those weekend golf guys. And I would suggest you stay where you're at because you don't want to miss what's coming next. Hang out. Of course, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/golfguys. We would love it if you were to go there and like us. We'd love it even more if you'd go there and follow us, facebook.com/golfguys. I'd say the perfect end to a round of golf is, of course, a round of drinks. What do you prefer to drink? You know, a lot of us in the past few years have been going with the Arnold Palmer. You know, that combination of brewed iced tea and lemonade. Some people say, well, it's not quite enough of a kick. Well, how about this? Arnold Palmer Spiked. The same fresh brewed tea, the same real fruit juice with 5% ABV. Now you're talking. It is going to be your go-to drink all summer long. You can have it at the lake, on the links, anywhere you're going to be this summer. Nothing beats an Arnold Palmer Spiked for refreshment. Tastes so good. Find Arnold Palmer Spiked in a store near you at arnoldpalmerspiked.com/golfguys. That'll tell you where to go to get it. Or you can go to Drizzly and Instacart and look for it there. That's arnoldpalmerspiked.com/golfguys. 2021 Hornell Brewing Company, Memphis, Tennessee. Malt beverage with natural flavor. Celebrate responsibly. You know, you can go online and get recipes from the best restaurants in the world, right? And you can use that same recipe and you can use the same ingredients and you can try it and you go, man, at the restaurant it tasted so much better than this. What's the difference? The difference is the quality of the kitchen tools. Your professional chef has access to the best kitchen tools, and so do you now. With Made In's professional quality cookware and kitchenware, anyone's capable of making restaurant-quality food at home. Made In produces professional quality cookware for those who love to cook directly to you without the markup. Right now, Made In is offering our listeners 15% off your first order with the promo code GolfGuys. This is the best discount available anywhere online for Made In products. Go to madeincookware.com/golfguys and use the promo code GolfGuys for 15% off your first order. Madeincookware.com/golfguys. Use promo code GolfGuys. And it's us. We're back. I'm John Ashton in studio. He's Jeff Smith, the Golf Cave. Brendan Sweeney with us, Director of Player Development and all-around good guy, spokesperson for French Lick Resort in French Lick, Indiana. We've got the ladies, both the young ones and the older ones, playing up at your place this summer.
Yeah, we have the Symetra Tour event starts the week after the 4th of July. So we have 136 is the number of ladies that are coming in to play. You know, they're on their road. So, you know, we love to see them come back. We'd love to see them not come back, because if they don't come back, chances are they made it on the LPGA Tour.
Yeah.
And you look at Patty T, she won in 2019. And next thing you know, she's like number 6 in the world right now in ladies golf. And just a great young lady out of UCLA. Could hit the hell out of a golf ball, but her smile goes further than her shot will ever go. Just a pleasure to know these young ladies. Then coming up on the 25th edition of my wedding anniversary is August 24th. And I asked my wife, I said, hey, let's do something special. Let's go to French Lick for our anniversary and you can watch me work the Senior LPGA Championship. So she will not be attending. And I'll spend my anniversary with you guys again this year. And we can come and watch the ladies play again. Helen Elferson from Sweden is going to be defending champ. Obviously, last year, 2020, we had to suspend it. Kari Webb will be making her debut as a plus 45-year-old lady coming in.
Cool.
We were trying to get Annika, but she couldn't commit because she is the captain of the Junior Ryder Cup team. The Ryder Cup will be held up in Toledo the week after the Senior LPGA. So a lot of the ladies will be leaving directly from French Lick to head up to Toledo to watch the Solheim Cup. We have a lot of guests that will be coming down, and they're heading straight up for that. So they're making a big caravan heading up to Toledo from French Lick, which is only about a 5-hour drive. So come on down. We have plenty of room, plenty of fun. If you do come down, you know, obviously the Pete Dye golf course will be where the seniors will be playing. Our Donald Ross course will be hosting a group of ladies from the PGA of America. We have tee times at the Ross course available and rooms available as well too.
And you got the Valley course that people can play on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the Valley course, I mean, we tend to overlook it. It was our Valley. It was an 18-hole, 1907 Tom Bendelow golf course that we knocked the front nine out to put a 3,600-yard 9-hole warm-up course on it, and it will kick your teeth in.
Yes.
It's great. The par threes can stretch back to about 230. It's challenging. It's fun. And then a new addition that we put in this year, John, I don't know if you remember, we had foot golf at the Ross course.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really? Okay.
We have select times where you can play foot golf there, but we started a 14-hole foot golf course just to the right of the Valley course, behind the driving range there.
Oh, okay.
And it's taken off like gangbusters. So it's great. We call it a fun multi-generational experience. So you, mom, and dad, the whole 9 yards, come on down, have a good old time. So
yeah.
It's a slice of apple pie and deep in the heart of the Hoosier National Forest.
You know, we were talking, and you had mentioned something, and it was an idea that we said, that's something that somebody should run with. But you had been mentioning in the last segment about all of the great golf courses, not only in Indiana that you mentioned, but they're all along the same route.
The I-64 FORE.
That's
corridor.
It. Yes.
Trademark it, baby. We can do it. Yeah, we're 20 miles north of I-64. Obviously, Cincinnati's 2.5 hours east. St. Louis, 3 hours west.
Yeah. And
Indianapolis is 2 hours north. Nashville's 3 hours south. So we're right there.
And anybody, it's a one-time trip for probably 30% of the people in the United States.
You know what the cool thing is? One of the unexpected benefits of commerce coming back to life is everybody who's been like on Zoom calls for the last, 55 weeks.
Right.
You have to get your executive team together. And the last thing, I don't want to say the last thing you want to do, but you want to make people feel at ease, and you don't want to throw them on a flight. You don't all want to go out to Vegas or wherever, but y'all can drive all your execs in. Yeah. Meet us in French Lick. It's smack dab in the middle of the country, and you have a captive audience at a quarter of the price.
Now, Jeff, you've got a student who is phenomenal and has a great attitude. We talked to her briefly last week, and she's just
we did.
Yeah, she's just got that. She's a little spicy.
Bubbly.
Yeah,
yeah, she's bubbly, right? Effervescent.
How do you think what kind of a reaction do you think a student like that would have standing on the Ross course surrounded by the women from the Symetra Tour?
Oh, she'd eat it up. This one would want to beat every one of them.
Well, I tell you what, we have a junior clinic that the ladies put on. And Jeff, thank you. I mean, 6 years ago, you hosted the junior tournament with the Senior LPGA Championship, won by Colin Montgomery. Yeah. But we have a junior Symetra Tour at the range. You should bring her out to there and have her chunk a couple shots, and then also to have one of the girls give her adjust her grip and have her just start smoking drives down there. That'd be awesome.
Oh, wouldn't that be funny? I could get her to play that. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
To intentionally mess up a couple of shots and act all sheepish and timid. I think that would be the hardest thing for her.
Yes.
To act timid.
You know what? Let's do that.
That would be good.
We're doing everything via social media. We need every hit we can get.
And that would be a biggie. You'd get all kinds of hits off that young lady's antics on the tee. That is for sure.
Well, hopefully nobody from the Symetra Tour is listening right now, or hopefully they are. They'll be on to.
So that's basically the first full week of July, isn't it? Right after the July 4th weekend holiday.
Yeah, and all the proceeds that we raise goes to Habitat for Humanity for the Southern Indiana, and any donations are great. And then our big beneficiary in August, last week of August, is the Riley's Hospital for Children. And John and Jeff, you've seen the kids from Riley's in 92 counties in the state of Indiana, and they serve over 300,000 kids a year across their doors. So it's been great. And with the eight years that we've been doing, with Riley's as our beneficiary, these kids are growing up, BJ and Braden and all of them, and they're becoming young adults. It's like, oh my God, we had a part of this. It really is a heartstring tugger to see what really happens as a direct benefit of hosting a golf tournament. And that's what, keeps us going at the resort. So, with your help and your support, I want to thank you guys as well too.
How much total have you guys been able to raise for Riley's children just in the course of doing these Senior LPGA?
A lot.
Yeah, I mean it's
a lot.
It's millions, right?
There's a bunch of millions. Yeah. There's a bunch of commas. We do in-kind stuff as well. The folks at the hospital really appreciate it. And with sponsors like Old National Bank, they're behind it as well. So we want to thank them.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, we can't do it without sponsors. We can't do it without the volunteers. And that was the big thing last year. What really broke our hearts about not hosting both of the tournaments is we had to protect our people. not only our players or employees, but the volunteers. Put it this way, everybody who will be there this year made it through COVID.
Yeah, unscathed.
Got that going for us.
You have any volunteer opportunities you still need to have filled if people are interested?
Yeah, we can always use people, and it's on the website. Go to FrenchLick.com and just hit golf, and then all that stuff will pop right up on that. And it's great. It's great. And, and if you've been there, and if you know of any Riley kids and you want to tell their story, just go to, at FrenchLick.com or at FrenchLick at Twitter or Instagram and share the stories. Share the stories of these kids. That's what really makes it special, to hear the family stories and hear the struggles they've come through in the walls and the doors they've knocked down to get where they're at today. That's the cool thing. And if you know somebody, or if you know somebody knows somebody, just share their story. It's great.
You and Jeff can both attest to this. It came as a bit of a shock to me after, coming from other parts of the country and living in other parts of the country for so much of my life. The golf in Indiana is phenomenal. Everywhere in the state, from facilities like yours at French Lick to, we've been talking about Fuzzy Zeller's 3 courses, one of which Jeff is a director of instruction at. I mean, it's just so affordable and so accessible. You'll get blown away.
If you look starting up north, I mean, South Bend, you got the Warren course, you got Blackhawk, Donald Ross, and then Lakeshore is right there. Crown Point, you work your way down 65. You got Lafayette, Indiana, Valparaiso, Indianapolis, Brickyard, the Fort, Otter Creek, up by you in Columbus. IU, the food course at IU just opened up, and they're ranked. You got a great track there. Spires did a course up there, and it's going great. The Hoosiers have been great partners with French Lick for years, and it's great to see that their golf courses finally come around to a championship level. They're trying to get some events there as well, but scattered throughout southern Indiana, northern Indiana, central Indiana. The Midwest is just a hotbed for golf.
Yeah.
Not to mention Valhalla. And how many golf courses are in Louisville? For God's sake? They're everywhere.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I think if you put the number of golf courses in Louisville and you shoved it down just south of Myrtle Beach, they'd run out of golf course property. Right? there's just so many of them. They're already complaining down there in Myrtle Beach. There's too many. Taking all the ones that are in the greater Louisville area and putting them down there too. That'd be nuts.
Plus Kearney Hills in Lexington, Kentucky is a Pete Dye course. It's the city course in Lexington.
Well, not to mention our Donald Ross course. And there's some great Donald Ross gems, speckled throughout the United States. I'm fortunate to have a few here in Orlando that we play quite often. And to be working at one of them is just a gem. You go back to 2006 when the construction was going on. We were working with Curling Schmidt and the Donald Ross Society at the Ross course there. Dave Harner and his team just saw that thing through, and what a treat that place is to play.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Brendan Sweeney, French Lick Resort, Director of Player Development, an all-around great guy. And, you show up there and Brendan's there and you're automatically a friend, man. So.
Most of us.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Appreciate your time, sir.
Great. Hey, of a golfing family, and John, you and your crew do a wonderful job of supporting not only us, but golfers throughout the United States. Come on, give us a shot. If you haven't been there, I'm sure you've heard of it. FrenchLick.com. If not, just drop me an email, bsweeney@FrenchLick. I'll be more than happy to guide you in the right direction.
Appreciate it, Brendan. And play well. It's Stream Song,
great.
man.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you in about a month, man. Take it easy. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Cheers.
You want to see how great a golf instructor Jeff Smith really is? It's very easy. $5golfclub.com. The number $5golfclub.com. You're still running your business on QuickBooks? QuickBooks? Well, it's more like quicksand. The bigger your company grows, the faster you sink with outdated software that just can't keep up. And you want your company to grow as big as it can. Keep growing and growing and growing. So why are you using software you'll outgrow? You don't have time to spend dealing with manual processes like multiple systems delays, scrambling to get the numbers you need. You need to get on solid ground with NetSuite by Oracle. It's a scalable solution to run all of your key back office operations, no matter how big your company grows. That's what you're looking for. NetSuite helps you automate your key business processes. Close your books in a fraction of the time. Think days, not weeks. Right now, NetSuite's offering a one-of-a-kind financing program only for those who feel they're ready to graduate from QuickBooks. Head to netsuite.com/golfguys. That's special financing for you graduates at netsuite.com/golfguys. netsuite.com/golfguys. My neighbor Ralph was home alone because his wife went out of town to visit friends for a week. He came over to the house for dinner. I was grilling out the last shipment of Omaha steaks I got. And I had cooked them with the seasoning that Omaha Steaks gives. I mean, absolutely delicious stuff. And he has one bite and goes, "Oh, this is like the best steak I've ever had in my life." Well, the problem is now, every time I fire up the grill, Ralph's picking his head up over the fence. Going, "What you cooking?" I said, "Ralph, omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys. Order your own get out and grill assortment, okay? Then you can invite me over. Whether you get it for your father for Father's Day or whether you get it for a friend, you get it for yourself. It is the best steak of your life, guaranteed. You visit omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys, and order your own get out and grill assortment and do it today. I'm just now, every time I grill out, I'm just hoping the wind is blowing away from Ralph's house. Don't forget, for a limited time, you can get 4 free New York strip burgers with your order. That's omahasteaks.com, keyword golf guys. Of course, we have a Facebook page, facebook.com/golf guys. We would love it if you were to go there and like us. We'd love it even more if you'd go there and follow us, facebook.com/golf guys. And thanks for hanging and coming back. We are Those Weekend Golf Guys. I am John Ashton. He is Jeff Smith. He is at the Golf Cave at Edinburgh, Indiana's Timbergate Golf Course. You've got a masterful training area out there, practice facility, whatever you want to call it. Indoors, a lot of stuff. But indoors, you can't do a whole lot of wedge stuff indoors, can you? Especially like not bunker shots and things.
Well, it's difficult. We can make full swings and we can, start doing gapping and all those things, right? Because I've got a launch monitor, we've got all those things, but it's not the same as what we're talking about now. That wedge area that everybody needs the most, right? From 50 yards on in.
Yeah.
Everybody's got to own that. And we've got a terrific one right out the back of the building. So everybody drives by this thing 2 and 3 times throughout the course of the round. Okay. It's wonderful. Got a nice bunker, got a nice little green. It's a little postage stamp. It's awesome because that's what wedge greens should be. You're supposed to be able to get these. It's supposed to be pinpoint, right? You don't need a wedge green that's huge. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to make sure we get these things close. We've got rough, we've got uphill, we got downhill, we got balls above your feet, we got balls below your feet. We got a swale right in the middle of the little fairway. So you got downhill fairway, uphill fairway. We got it all. And I get to work with kids and adults. I go out there and I spend a large percentage of my time teaching scoring. And so here we are in the bunker. And here we are, popping balls over the bunker because people miss greens and they always miss it on the short side, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Right? They never miss it in a place where they've got this big chip and run and all that. No. They're firing at flags. And next thing you know, they got to hit the delicate little short shots.
Yeah.
So we do that.
Yeah.
We hit the delicate little short shots. We put them near the green. We go above this thing. We've got mounds behind it that you can be behind this green on a downhill slope where the ball's below your feet and you're angling downhill and you can do it all. And you know what? We talk wedges and we talk about how the club gets underneath the bottom of the ball. And we talk about, do we need to change the face angle or do we not? There's a very, like when you walk in the bunker, you know it, John. Second your feet touch the sand, your club face has to flip open.
Yep.
That's the standard thing that's been going on for a long time. And you know what? They've built better wedges since then, folks. They put bounce on the wedges that really matter. So now you can go in there with a 56-degree wedge and the thing's got 12 degrees of bounce and the thing's got a wide sole plate. Guess what? 56 is enough to get the ball up and out and spinning and high and all that stuff. You don't need to flip it open in it, but a lot of people still do.
Bad habits hard to break, man.
You and I have been down this road a handful of times.
Haven't we, though?
I've done some videos on this. I've done lots of coaching on this. People get in there and the first thing they do is they revert back to something that somebody told them that doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah.
Just the other day, the guy that I was giving a bunker lesson to, I said, tell me the 2 things that you think have to happen to get your ball from here to there. And he said, well, I got to open up my face and I got to dig my feet in.
Uh-huh.
I said, okay, go ahead and try it. And so he opened up his face and he dug his feet in. So he got lower than the ball. So that means the club wasn't getting close to the bottom of its own swing. And then, of course, he puts the ball in the middle of his stance. And guess how many shots he bladed in a row?
All of them.
Before I stopped him from going. All of them.
Yeah.
He's right. So he got lower. So the club wasn't at the bottom of its arc below the golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
He put it in the back. So the club wasn't at the bottom of its arc in the ball anyway, because he put it in the middle. I'm like, time out. So I walked in, took 4 shots. I didn't dig my feet in. I solidly put my feet in place, right? And I put my ball on the left hip joint, and then I made my swing, and I didn't open up my club face and hit 4 shots in a row that did exactly what he wanted done. He's like, wait a minute. You didn't do what you're supposed to do. And I said, yeah, I did. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. And he says, well, wait a minute. I think you're supposed to do this, and you're telling me that I didn't. I said, I didn't even say that yet. I said, I did what I'm supposed to do. And he says, well, what are you supposed to do? And I said, I'm supposed to get the club below the ball.
Yeah.
I got that done.
Yep.
He says, why'd you move the ball that far forward? And I said, because my normal regular golf swing lands in the middle of my body, right on my spine line. Every swing that I ever make with an iron, that's where it first starts touching the surface. And then it starts to dig down in front of that. And that's where I put my ball. I said, so that means that I just took a normal swing. He said, that's unfair. I said, why? He goes, it's supposed to be harder than that. I said, no, it's really not. It's like, well, I've been making it harder than. I said, yes, sir.
Yes,
you sure have. And so we went on to talk about that a little bit. You know, with the ball in the middle, yeah, okay, we know, John, you're going to hit behind the ball. You know that that's the thing you got to do, right? You got to take the sand and you got to throw the ball out. But you know, when you put the ball in the middle, that means, yes, I know it's golf 101, right? This is elementary stuff. You got to smash into the sand. Well, that sand behind the ball that's in the middle is actually back in your stance, which means the swing comes down and it's coming in very steep and it doesn't have a lot of forward momentum on it. It's got an awful lot of downward momentum.
At that point, yep.
So if I got the club below the ball that way, I don't have a lot of forward push. And that's why that sand would be nice and heavy, and then the ball wouldn't travel forward very far.
It hits because
that one.
Hey, try it again.
Yeah, that's right. Here, add one more, and here's a bucket full of humility to go with that.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, buddy.
So all I did was put the ball more forward where my club comes down and it's already got downward and forward momentum when it hits the middle, and then it takes out a spot of sand, you know, like a grass divot would also be a sand divot on the left side of center.
Yep.
So all I did was put the ball where the deepest part of the divot was. So that means my club got below the ball, but it still had downward and forward momentum on it at that spot.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden things got really easy.
Yeah.
And the balls fly out, they stop, and they're looking at me like, you've really given this some thought. I said, only a little.
Yeah.
It didn't take much.
Well, you know,
like, you're calling me out.
One of the best ways to get people to understand what you're talking about, put yourself in a swimming pool and you're looking at the swimming pool and suddenly there's a spider in the swimming pool and you do not want to share your swimming pool with a spider, nor do you want to touch the spider, right? So what do?
Right.
You cup your hand at an angle, similar to, let's say, an angle of, a sand wedge. And you
something like that.
Move your hand down forcefully so that the edge of your hand hits behind the spider. Yet it is still moving down and forward when it hits that spider so that the ensuing water pressure lifts the spider up and over the edge of your pool. And you can now swim in peace. Where
did you come up with that beautiful analogy?
I listen close. I
think I've heard this before.
Yeah, I have too. Thank you. I thought I'd reiterate it just because it didn't sound like you were going to. But I mean, that's
just because you wanted to iterate it yet again.
I wanted to iterate it on my own. I wanted to sound smart for a while. Okay. But I mean,
you sound smart. You can't be from Bath.
Wicked smart. I'm wicked smart. But that sometimes is easier for people to envision because you know you don't want to touch that spider, but you still want to get it out of the pool. And you can do it with the force of the water. Yeah. It's the same thing with the golf ball. You don't want to touch the golf ball. You want to push it out of the sand by the force of the sand. But you have to hit the sand forcefully to do that. And, you know, and once you learn, you get a few techniques down, man, especially that hinge and thump thing. Oh, I love that hinge and thump thing.
That hinge and thump thing. I know. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. So I did a little clinic. I was just down in Savannah, Georgia, you know, and we were talking a little bit about in the clinic. We did an all day long golf school and we had 12 people and I broke out the hinge and thump shot and the people looked at me and went, wait, what did you call that? I said, this is magic, but let's call it what it really is. Right? A hinge and thump, but it's magic.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what do you think? And I said, so I watched it and I hinged my wrists up and I went kind of steep with the shaft real fast. And then I uncocked my wrist and came down and I thumped the ground right below the golf ball. And the ball just shot straight up in the air, popped up over the bunker, landed on the front part of the green and trickled about 3 feet and stopped. And they went, oh my.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went over to the bunker and I did a hinge and thump out of the bunker. And they went, oh my. Because that's what they do in the South.
Yeah.
Except they say it a little differently. It sounds like, oh my.
Oh my. I do declare. Man, I used that technique on a pot bunker at Chariot Run that I could not see the green. The lip of the bunker was above my head. And I did the hinge and thump with a lob wedge. Didn't open up the face or anything. Just did the shot with a 60-degree wedge. I think it stopped about 3 inches from the pin. It was impressive. When you do it right, it works so well.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
It is.
That's the kind of thing you're like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
How did this work? Yeah. How did this work?
There's videos available online from Jeff on hinge and thump. Just look it up if you can't visualize what he's talking about. It's just, you know, early hinging of the wrists, bring the club down steep, hit behind the ball. I think follow through is kind of important with that shot too, isn't it?
Well, it does, right? You can't just stop it there. Yeah. Like every shot, you don't just stop your club at that point. But when you're thumping, you're taking the bottom of that club and you're not digging into the soil. You are literally thumping it and bruising the turf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're not gouging with the leading edge. So your handle is not driven down in front. You're smacking the ground with the bottom of the club.
Yeah. Yeah. And it works. And
just smacking it.
Works in bunkers, works in tall rough, works in short rough.
It works on tight lies too.
Tight lies.
It's amazing.
Yep.
Works on tight lies too, folks. It's amazing. Because your job in the short game is to get the club below the ball. Now, how much time do we have left in this segment here?
About a minute.
Okay, we'll wait till the last one then.
Okay.
So anyway, I look out the window here and there's someone out there practicing because I'm looking right out the studio right this minute at someone that I teach. She's a little small one and she's very good. And she's out there hinging and thumping and popping up shots right over the lip of the bunker, stopping them very close to the hole because she's learned the beautiful, wonderful hinge and thump.
Yes, it is a shot you have to have in your bag. You have to. And you will never again fear being in the bunker with a hinge and thump. in your repertoire. All right. So there's something that he didn't have time to say that he'll have time to say when we come right back, which means, hey, I'm coming back. You should too. Don't go away. Why don't you follow us on Twitter? It's very easy. Just go to twitter.com @WKND Golf Guys. WKND Golf Guys on Twitter. Follow us. We'd love it. I'd say the perfect end to a round of golf is, of course, a round of drinks. What do you prefer to drink? You know, a lot of us in the past few years have been going with the Arnold Palmer. You know, that combination of brewed iced tea and lemonade. Some people say, well, that's not quite enough of a kick. Well, how about this? Arnold Palmer Spiked. The same fresh brewed tea, the same real fruit juice with 5% ABV. Now you're talking. It is going to be your go-to drink all summer long. You can have it at the lake, on the links, anywhere you're going to be this summer. Nothing beats an Arnold Palmer Spiked for refreshment. Tastes so good. Find Arnold Palmer Spiked in a store near you at arnoldpalmerspiked.com/golfguys. That'll tell you where to go to get it. Or you can go to Drizzly and Instacart and look for it there. That's arnoldpalmerspiked.com/golfguys. 2021 Hornell Brewing Company, Memphis, Tennessee. Malt beverage with natural flavor. Celebrate responsibly.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Hi, I'm Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. After I left baseball, I just couldn't stay in shape like I used to. Turns out, once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone, and that can make it harder to get into shape. So I got back into the game with Nugenics. I'm feeling stronger with a lot more energy and drive. You want to get back into shape? Get Nugenics. All you have to do is send one simple text.
Frank's right. Just text SPARK to 321-321 to get a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Its unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate.
And guys, she'll like the difference too.
Nugenic samples are not available in stores. To get your complimentary bottle, text SPARK to 321-321. That's SPARK to 321-321.
And we're back one last time. John Ashton along with Jeff Smith. And Jeff, you have something that you need to explain.
Here's a couple things that I want to point out. If you're out there and you're not a lesson taker, don't be proud of that. Had a guy walk in my studio 4 hours ago. He is now on the 18th green. I'm looking at him right now. And I've just watched him for the last 5 minutes take 4 shots. His ball's not in the hole, and he was near the green, like within 10 yards of the green. And I've watched him take, this is now going to be his 5th shot. Now, earlier today, he walked into my studio and said, I am 76 years old. I've been playing golf since I was in high school. And I want you to know, and as he puffs out his chest, awful proud, and he says, I want you to know that I've never taken a golf lesson. And I said, really? I said, how come? He goes, because I'm good at it myself. I said, really? What do you normally shoot? He said, 96 is my average. Okay, great. I said, how long has 96 been your average? He goes, I don't know. I'm pretty consistent. Most of my life, I've spent somewhere between 90 and 100.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a guy that said he was proud of the fact that he's never taken a golf lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know that pride gets in the way of a lot of things.
Yeah.
But here's a guy who's played his whole life not getting better. Think about that. His entire life of golf since he was a teenager, and he's 76 now, and he has not improved. That's sad to me.
It is.
So if you're out there and you're not a lesson taker, don't be proud of that. Go find someone that can help you get better so you can be happier at the game.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, because
wherever you're listening, find a qualified teacher. Find your local PGA professional and find some better golf instruction. Make yourself better. Please do yourself a favor.
So much
Don't
more
be too
fun.
proud.
So much more fun to shoot
Yes.
a better score today than you did yesterday. But not as low as tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay, that's an old song.
Get better every day.
Every day. ThoseWeekendGolfGuys.com is a place you can go and talk to Jeff and get better every day. Take a lesson or 12 And thoseweekendgolfguys.com is a website. Facebook.com/golfguys is the Facebook page. You can communicate on Twitter at WKND Golf Guys. And I think, Jeff, you should put some videos up on Instagram. That's coming soon. More ways to play better golf. Listen close. Grab a lesson or two and go out and play some golf.